Alrighty, and welcome. So, traditionally, and actually I'm not 100% sure, I might, stick the opening in just because, um, originally when I tried to do this the very first time, actually I need to check something real quick now. I thought I did a good enough job checking, but I did not check. So, originally when I wanted to record Elden Ring the very first time, I did it live, and I did it because it was the very original playthrough. Knew nothing about the game, going into it with the only Souls experience that I have being like Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, stuff like that. And so for me, it was an experience, playing Elden Ring, because Elden Ring, you do a lot more of the, going a different way. And the reason why I'm looking for what I'm looking for is because actually it's because I'm thinking I have something that I don't have. It's not upgraded just yet. We're going to get to that all a bit later on. But like I said, you're not doing the traditional, very first, start from character creation, and I think I am going to put the opening cinematic though. I am going to do that, but we're skipping character creation because this is not your average Souls game, and the only reason why I'm doing that is because I have a little thing that I personally do when I play Elden Ring. Having played it as much as I have now, it is just one of those things that I like doing, and that is I run, and if I don't die, once I get done with this Beastman of Faram Azula, then we'll actually be able to show you what I'm talking about, because I try to unlock a lot of the map, at least the first third of the map. Now I have not gotten past Liurnia. An important fact to note is I have not gotten past Liurnia in all of my time playing this game, with the over 500 hours I have in this game across, at this point, 18 characters. I've just not been able to, it's not a difficulty thing, it's more of a time thing. I've just not had the time that I was hoping to have, and unfortunately I'm just now getting back into it. So, since I've already done technically, or not even technically, but just legitimately, I've already done, the first live, blind playthrough type deal with all the way up to Liurnia, and I mean like up to Raya Lucaria. Actually past Raya Lucaria, I should say Carrier Manor, Carrier Manor. And since I've done all of that, it's kind of like, is there a reason for me to pretend like this is blind? And I know the efficiency thing, because there's so much stuff that you can actually do, because I've not actually, that was the first boss that I fought. All of this, and this is still early on. Of course, by now the game has been out for years. The DLC is out. Like, everyone knows about how expansive it is. But for me, all of this type of stuff gets opened up before I even try and kill anything. Before any bosses, any real amounts of enemies, all of this gets opened up just for ease of convenience. And then I can kind of like pinpoint exactly where I want to go, what I want to hit up, and it's a bit more streamlined. And especially for recording purposes, since I can't give you the blind aspect up here, at least throughout here, like all of this I've pretty much done except for like one area here and then this area here, but everything else, at least in my own time, I've cleared all of these out. And so the thing is, you also get like all of this is just from collecting. Like, I don't think I actually killed anything, maybe some small enemies for these, but like everything else you're seeing just from grabbing it. You just literally grab it on the way. Oh, actually, some of these I brought, but that's because you grab the spell book. And there's a bunch of Well, not a bunch, but there are some areas to get some free runes. Not free runes, but easy runes early on. Of course, again, everyone knows about all of those by now, but I like to grab all of those things before I actually start. So originally when I did this game, I did a strength faith hybrid, and that's exactly what we're doing again. Strength faith hybrid for the win. I don't know exactly what I want to do because there are a plethora of weapons, and hey, you're not about to kill me. You're not about to play me like this. But there are a plethora of weapons that, you know, I actually kind of enjoy. Some that I enjoy so much that I don't use other ones, so I'm trying to be a little bit more diverse. But realistically, when I did this the first time, I used Claymore. Claymore has been a go-to for me since Dark Souls 1, honestly. Great in Dark Souls 2 and 3. It's just, you can't really ever go wrong with the clay. And you were jerked for that. But yeah, so I usually, when I do a strength faith hybrid, usually I'll run around with a good shield, possibly a tower shield if it's good in the game. Some Souls games and tower shields or great shields are kind of hit and miss. But on a realistic note, typically a good shield, claymore, lightning incantations, and I'm pretty much, or although I guess in Dark Souls they call it miracles, but you get what I'm saying. You know, give me a good lightning spear and I am pretty much good to go. And that's kind of what we're going to be doing with this one. But because of just how this game works and certain items giving, almost ran into the fire, but giving you that extra stat little increase, I'm able to cast sorceries. I don't have it equipped actually. I don't have it equipped because I don't have it. This is how you know I've been playing the game a lot. I've played the game with multiple profiles, and therefore I actually forgot what profile was what. Not good. Not good at all. Excuse me. So, wait, I have light. Okay, I was about to say, wait, I have lightning armor, man. So I definitely set myself up, and like I said, that was the entire part, the entire purpose, to set myself up for when I actually started recording. I did not allocate things fine though, like fine-tune allocations. I didn't do that. I wasn't thinking very well. Because if I was, I would have allocated these flasks a lot differently. But in for a penny, in for a pound, is what it is. Like I said, I also could have done some other things. Like I could have, but that would have required me to kill the Crystallion, which, like I said, I wanted to at least do all of the fighting on screen. I feel like it's been out early and long enough to where me trying to show every little aspect, picking up every single site of grace, I'm not super fixated on doing that. I might, in a sense, because I like doing efficient playthroughs as I get better and, you know, learn more how to make the start of a game easier, what things to grab, and then that's kind of how I play these types of games. Which is why, and I'm going to make a specific video covering this later on, but it's why I'm actually rather excited about Night Rain. I do have Night Rain. I've been playing it. It is actually really fun, and I was very apprehensive at first because I liked Elden Ring. It was, you know, quickly becoming one of my favorite games, like, period. And so I wanted it to be Elden Ring. Actually, I will say, like, just movement wise, I kind of like Night Rain a little bit better. Night Rain's, you know, speed of running, the jumping. Now, you know, some of the run attack animations and stuff like that, I think that's a little different, but that's mostly because, like, different characters function a little bit differently and stuff like that. But ultimately, I'm really glad with what Night Rain does. But Night Rain, for me, it fulfills that efficiency side. That, because I don't do speed running. I won't say that I'm speed running, but I do like to play them efficiency and see how fast I can get through them. Part of the reason why I oh no. Okay, thank God it's just the one. Oh, we're gonna have to actually box. Because I was a dummy and didn't allocate my stuff correctly. This is my fault. It's all because I didn't allocate my my flask. It's not that big of a deal, it's just annoying because I also don't have a good sword. I don't have the ability to bolt this thing down with lightning. If it starts breathing fire, we're gonna have another problem. Yep, see what I mean? Starts breathing fire, now I have to back all the way up, which I don't want to have to do. Oh, I can still get the buff. Cool. I'm gonna lose my buff though because he's gonna do the triple and the trifecta. I screwed myself up. No. You can the issue is if you attack, you stop being fast as hell. Oh no, don't you. Swing that sword now. Come on, do your thing. Yeah, you can strafe around him fast, but once he attacks, you're not fast enough to guard if you're attacking when that happens. See what I mean? Like that quick ass turn, like complete 180 on a dime. It's like, yep, pinpoint. But anyway, like I was saying, Night Rain, really fun, and it appeals to that if I didn't rest at the bonfire. Good to know, because I'm like, wait, I've never seen that symbol before. That's what that symbol looks like, or that icon is, when you don't have the sight of grace. That explains that. Anyway, like I was saying, I really enjoy it though. It's really fun. It appeals to that efficiency, running, speed running type of deal. Getting in, fight the stuff that you need to fight, get out. And Elden Ring more than Dark Souls lets you do that. But even still, it's not perfect. But that's why I play it the way I do it. And so, what we're going to do after I find, where is it? Flask. There we go. We gotta change this. This don't work. That's much better. Yeah, we're going to clear through all of this type of stuff through these areas, get our level ups, and after we've cleared through these areas, we'll hit Stormvale. Then we'll clear Stormvale. Actually, depending on how good I am, I might do Stormvale in one video. No, I'm not. Yeah, we're being bold and arrogant. Yes, we're being bold and arrogant. What do I want? What do I want now? I don't have the Godric soldiers. I could do the Godric soldiers. I've already done here. You know what? Let's get Bach. Yeah, let's get Bach. Let's do his. Oh, well, see. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys the farm. I'm certain all of you guys already know what that farm is, but you know what? We're gonna do the farm. We're gonna do one or two good farms, and there's a reason for this. Again, like I said, this game, if you know what you're doing, you can make things a lot easier than it needs to be. Much easier than pretty much any other Dark Souls or Souls-like. I would say Dark Souls 1 kind of had something similar to this, where you could just like get the I can't think, the embers. You can get the embers pretty quickly and have like plus 10 items and go back and clear out early game areas, because you can kind of technically get to, like the plus 10 area. I think if you have the master key. It's been a minute since I played the original Dark Souls, but I know like you don't have to go that really simple, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3 route the slow way if you know what you're doing. And you can kind of do that here. At least up to +6 you can get really easy, and then especially for experimenting, I find it makes it a lot easier. But there is a problem. To get there, it is guarded by an annoying jerk-off. That jerk-off is called the Crystallion. And the problem with the Crystallion is it requires me to upgrade this thing, which I honestly don't want to use. And it's going to put me heavier than I want. And actually, that's not good either, because when I grab the staff so I can do the sorceries, that's going to be a problem. You know what? Since I can't do that right now, we're not even going to wear that. I'm going to throw that on. Grab that. And boom. So yeah, like I said, there's a couple of armors you can grab. I think there are more. Like, again, like if you know more about the game as well. Was this the armor I was wearing? Extra defense though. There we go. Walk around with that extra defense. But like I was saying, this was just like super early stuff too. Like there's probably much more you can grab. Like you probably, like you can access Shiafra River. I don't really go through Kalit too much, but you can probably get stuff in Kalit. Yeah, we've already did that. I've actually already talked to him about her. I'll point things out in terms of you know, stuff that they say, questline stuff and things of that nature. But being honest, I don't know if I'm gonna sit through the dialogues for all of them, because some of them are kind of tedious. And just being 100% honest, I just don't know if I have that tedium in me. I also don't think I brought any upgrade stones either, so I might be able to run over here, because this chick has some. And again, like, this armor is Raya Lucaria. Like, technically, unless you know to do this, you probably wouldn't have this early on. But it makes it easier, and it makes it faster. And this is the thing I will say... No, not off bat. Dang. This is the thing I will say about these Souls games, though. There is no reason to spend extra time in something that you know is simpler just for the sake of spending the extra time. It ain't worth it. It's kind of stupid, and I'm just not the individual who's going to do that. And because of that, that's part of the reason why I did what I did. Those Crystallions, weak to strike, and by doing this, upgrading my my Morning Star, I'll have a bleed weapon that's +6. So when I go and kill them, that'll be easier. Everything prior to Godric, a +6 is going to be overkill. But we're actually not even going to be using the +6 for him. We're going to be using a +8. Unless I decide to use something different. But for now, we want to go grab our buddy Bach. Although we are approaching the end of our first episode, these are going to be a bit shorter. So, where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. These are going to be a bit slower than normal, or shorter than normal. Normally, I guess that's not even true, because I fluctuated between 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 25 minutes. On a personal level, I prefer having, slightly longer. I don't really like going shorter than 15. 10, I think, is too short, just for me personally. I don't want to watch them in a video, because usually if I'm watching your video, I like you, and it only takes me a couple of minutes in a video to know if I'm going to watch any of your stuff. And so I just prefer, like a 15, really 20, 25. 40 is fine to me. I mean, it's YouTube. I'm just going to press pause. I'll come back. Now our little buddy here is Bach. He is a demi-human. He's gotten bullied because he's not as strong. We're about to go get it back in blood for my man Bach. We're about to slide to the cave. But that's another reason why I want to upgrade my mace, because it's just going to make it easier. It's going to be a group fight. they gonna try and jump jutsu me, but they ain't JJK. These are the lands between. This is not Shibuya. There's no jump jutsu coming on here. But on a real note, like I said, we're gonna do that, which is going to be a lot easier with a +6 weapon. And then I've kind of lost my train of thought originally. It's been a minute. It has been a long time since I've actually recorded, and there's a couple of other things I wanted to record. I just kind of specifically wanted to wait. I'm using this as kind of a way of jumping back in. I remember what it was. It's because we're getting closer to the end. But yeah, we're working on those types of things. We're figuring things out for our relaunch. But I guess we'll address more of that in coming episodes, because like I said, we are getting closer to the end. Unfortunately, just due to circumstance, the hard drive, and not even a hard drive, it's actually just a flash drive. I'm having to, because I can't really do everything the way I want, save the video from the PlayStation and then send that over. But the problem is if you go 4K, you can't. It goes into a file format that is, whilst most, I think it says the most convenient to most efficient, it is not, because no editing program. Yep, and there he is. Told you we gotta get back in blood, because he got beat up trying to get his stuff back. Yeah, he's just gonna try and tell us, don't go in there. Don't go in there, because it's bad. We're gonna get beat up like he did. That's not gonna happen, but you know, that's what he thinks is gonna happen. But yeah, like I was saying, for me, having to kind of do it that way, because I've tried to. I have an Elgato, but that was giving me issues. Screen capping directly on my PC kind of giving me issues, and so I was just kind of like, you know what, this is one of the better ones. But like I said, WebM, I don't know of any, no editing program I believe wanted to open that, because I'm pretty sure we tried that before. And then the only way to get MP4 is to do 1080, which is but unfortunately why we're doing such, well, not such, but it's not the quality that I would like. And we're doing it in 20 minutes around those intervals, because the flash drive that I'm using to transfer, because my hard drive is dying, or died actually, the one I used for files and video, which we'll address in the next video. It only lets me transfer 4 gigabyte videos for some reason, which is about 20-ish, 23-ish minutes, give or take, on the PlayStation. So we did sneak a couple of bosses in. We're kitted up in good armor. Fortunately, you didn't see me grab all that, but we will eventually nip over to those areas, so it's all good. But hopefully you guys did enjoy. Like I said, they are a little bit shorter in time. We'll probably make a compilation, grouping them into larger groups, maybe an hour, 2-3 hour, you know, depending on how long the series goes. I know I'm going to speed through this first area. We're going to get through this a lot quicker. But as for everything after that, the Grand Lifter Dectus and on, yeah, I'm basically a newborn babe for that. But for this, kind of an expert. But like I said, hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good YouTube bullshit. You know, honestly, I'm just kind of used to saying it from back in the day when I first tried doing this, but it does help. It definitely helps with the algorithm and all of that, and that's definitely going to be the biggest hurdle for right now, dealing with the algorithm. But as we go into prepare for more bloodshed in the future. Till then, bye.